The market's back up with Bitcoin bouncing. Ethereum is looking damn good with a nice bounce, and Bitcoin dominance is breaking down. And that's what we need to see for altcoin season. So if you're in the markets now, I truly think that you are primed for some pretty explosive upside in the future. Now let's talk about the most explosive narrative in crypto right now, and that is Furie coins. Let's talk about them, let's go over them, and let's pick out which ones I think could absolutely rip. Now I'm going to be going through characters from Boys Club, Narritives, Viscosity, Cortex Vortex. Which ones in this narrative I think could be absolute senders. So if any of that sounds like it could be for you, like, comment, subscribe. Also join the Discord. We've hit 5 coins that have done at least a 10x over the last 3 to 5 months. And best part of all, it's 100% free to join. Let's get straight into it. All right, so kicking off this narrative, we have Boys Club. Has Pepe in it, Brett, Landwolf, and Andy among a couple of other ones. So which coins in this narrative are sending? Which ones do I think are a good punt? Let's dive in. Well, first of all, we have Pepe. So this is undoubtedly the biggest coin in this whole narrative, Pepe the Frog. Now, Pepe is one of the reasons why this whole narrative is so damn bullish. Not seriously considering buying it. It's got a market cap of 4.37 billion. Yes, billion with a B. And it ran up to a market cap of 12 billion at its heights. This is undoubtedly the biggest coin in this narrative though, so you can't ignore it. And when it comes to Pepe, there's only one other real option, and that is Pepe coin. So this is the OG Pepe. This was launched in 2016. So this one, it hasn't been doing enormously well of late, but it is still the OG frog. So once again, I'd be remiss not to mention Pepe coin. Next up, we have Brett. So this is Brett on base. Now this one ran up to a market cap just under 2.3 billion. So huge parabolic rise. Now this is Pepe's best friend. If you want to have a look at the Boys Club, this is Brett here. Now I think the narrative of being Pepe's best friend is pretty damn bullish. There are only 2 Bretts that I really think are worth looking at. That is Brett on base, which is undoubtedly the biggest one. And then there is my personal favorite, which is Brett on ETH. Now the team from Brett on ETH, this is the OG Brett. If you look at the launch date, it was launched 2 years and 25 days ago. So that is before Brett on base. It's also on ETH, which is the chain Pepe was launched on. So bullish on that. Looking at the chart, it's actually not looking too bad. So we have actually continued to put in some higher lows, which is good. So as long as we're kind of continually printing higher lows, bullish on Brett on ETH. Love the community. Shout out to you guys. Keep cooking. And then after Brett, we go down to Andy. Now there are so many different Andy variants. It's really tough to call this narrative. The biggest one is this Andy, so contract address ends in C91E. So this Andy, it's not the original one, however, it's definitely the biggest one, so I have to give that some attention. Other honorable mentions, this Andy here, now it was launched 2 years and 25 days ago. No volume at the moment. Currently, I've chatted to the team, really great guys, but they need to change something up. Now, the only other one for that OG Andy spot is this one, so 2 years and 3 months. So this one is technically launched before, however, it is a bit dirty with that A being a lowercase a. Also, not much activity on it at all. Alrighty, next up we have Andy Man. So this is Andy Man. So not one of the originals to be launched. However, this one was community taken over by Crypto Hustler. Now, Crypto Hustler is one of the OG chads from Book of Ethereum. So a lot of time for Hustler. So I like that one simply because I think Crypto Hustler is a lord. Only other ones to mention, we have Andy on base. Once again, a lot of Andys in the narrative. Charts looking fairly bled out. We also have Andy on BSC. So this is another coin looking pretty damn bled out. Issue that I have for Andys is there are so many of them. Now there are a lot of wolves as well. So when looking at the land wolves, the biggest one is this land wolf here ending in 7E69. So that land wolf is at 40 million. However, if you look at the other land wolves, we've got land wolf on Sol, land wolf on AVAX, land wolf on Base, land wolf on Binance, land wolf on Pulse, other different land wolves on Ethereum. So this one here is the OG land wolf. We just have so many different land wolves as well as Andy. So it does make it quite difficult to bid land wolves. But if you were set on this narrative, really the ones that make sense for me are the OG one, so the original one, although that's currently not getting enormous volume, and then the biggest one, so that is also Landwolf on ETH. So those are the main 4 characters out of Boys Club. Now there are 2 sub characters that are worth mentioning. So we have Fofar. There are a few different Fofars, and currently the largest Fofar is this one on Ethereum at 775k. None of them are really running an enormous amount though. Definitely a sub character in the Pepe verse, so not a main character. We also have Bird Dog, and that rounds out the Boys Club characters. Once again, a few different options for Bird Dog, but once again, not seriously bidding it. Next up, the Knight Riders. Now, this one had a huge amount of controversy surrounding the characters. Now, this character here, you might know it by two different names. I know him by the name Hoppy, so I think Hoppy is definitely the more common name for this character. However, as the characters have not been named, it led to a lot of PvPing. So Hoppy, the main one, is this one, so ending in 6615. That ran up to its all-time highs, a market cap of just under 150 million, looking like it has bottomed out a fair bit. Now, Hoppy ran into a bunch of strife as another coin launched called Mystery. Now, this sucked a truckload of the liquidity from Hoppy, caused a huge amount of fear. So if you want to compare the charts when it actually launched, yeah, Mystery started sending, Hoppy started dropping, and then both of them since then have bled out. So whether it was a quick liquidity grab, hard to say. Either way, there was a little bit in the back of the book thanking someone called Mystery. Now, it's not known if that is actually the frog's name, didn't have a name. So yeah, unfortunately, that one did really damage Hoppy. So as Hoppy is the main character in that book, all of the other characters suffered. So we had Boppy or Boppy the Bat. We had Draggy. Once again, these ones aren't getting an enormous amount of volume and their charts look pretty bled out. And then we had Watt. This one is the main Watt. Once again, I'm not buying anything though in the Knight Riders narrative. The next book that was released, Mind Viscosity. Now I'm fading most of the characters out of here, as if you want to have a look at the front page, you can see just how many characters are on it. There were so many characters in Mind Viscosity. Clever name, by the way. If you don't know, viscosity is in essence the measure of a fluid's thickness. So if something is very viscous, it's thick, and if it's not very viscous, it's quite runny. So I like that this is kind of like a brain melting, delve into the mind of someone who probably took a little too many drugs when they were growing up. This is that kind of brain melt, Mind Viscosity, Matt Furie artwork that I think we all know and love. So not bidding anything here for me. I'm looking at Cortex Vortex Plays. This is his newest book, and this is where I think the volume is. Right here on the front cover, we have Beast. Now, for me, there are two main characters in Matt Furie's Cortex Vortex. We have Beast. So Beast Seller, absolutely cooking. Called this in my Discord at around 110k. So up about a 10x at its all-time highs, maybe a little bit more. Absolutely crushing it with that call. It looks like it wants to break out as well. We have just pumped to all-time highs, consolidating. Candle closes, the highest that they've ever been. Beast Seller, Bullish. I talk to the team regularly, and I think this one is going to absolutely send. So that is Beast Seller. It's got a contract address of 6C80. Beast Seller, it's the front cover. If you want to look at their website, you can see what other front cover character coins have done before. So Pepe, 12 billion. Brett, 2.3 billion. Andy, 360 million. Lambwolf, 260 million. Hoppy, 150 million. And we have Beast here at under 1 million. It is a clean 170x just to get to Hoppy. We have huge numbers that we can run up to if Beast starts getting the attention that I think it probably deserves. So Beast absolutely cooking. Now, why are the characters running? Well, they're following MINDFAK. So in my opinion, MINDFAK, absolute sender. So this one really kicked off the Cortex Vortex run, and a lot of Cortex Vortex coins are running. But for me, if you want to play it safe, the two that I really think have legs are going to be MINDFAK and Beast. Now, MINDFAK, I love what they're doing. I think the dev is unreal. I talk to him quite a lot. He is switched on. He knows what he's doing. He has connections with exchanges, and big exchange listings are coming, and I genuinely do believe that. So let's have a look at the book. So look at these artworks. First up, we have Beast Seller. Next page, we have MINDFAK. So second character there. Then we have Berry. Now, this is a female frog, which is quite rare. We also have a few smaller coins. They are my picks, but I want to hear if I've missed anything. What are you bullish on? This image was shared in my Discord before things were absolutely sending. So I'd already called Beast at 110k. But yeah, this was the top leaderboard. MINDFAK, Gas, Beast, Berry, Gorth, Froggo, Bossburger, BOOE, Mona, Electrogal, and Cortex Vortex. So just another reason why you might want to check out the Discord. Alpha lists like this. Alrighty, legends, that's going to wrap it up for me tonight. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Also, let me know which character you're most bullish on. Let me know what you want me to cover in the future. And yeah, make sure you just raid for those bags. Cheers, legends. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you in the next one.